Previous Susan Walsh, Associated Press archives in this February 23, 2017 file photo. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker speaks at the Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC, in Oxon Hill, MD. Walker won the Republican primary in Wisconsin on Tuesday, August 14, 2018, dispensing nominal opposition as he mounts bid for a third term. Mark Van Cleef, Star-Tribune Minnesota Rep. Ilhan Omar, Center, celebrates with her children after her congressional 5th District primary victory, Tuesday, August 14, 2018, in Minneapolis. Diga Shabella, left, and Maymunah Sahal, supporters of Congressional District 5 candidate Ilhan Omar, celebrate incoming results at Safari Restaurant in South Minneapolis, Tuesday, August 14, 2018. Somali-American legislator Ilhan Omar made history Tuesday, August 14, 2018, by winning the Democratic congressional primary in a Minneapolis area district so reliably liberal that her victory is likely her ticket to Congress. Somali-American legislator Omar made history Tuesday, August 14, 2018, by winning the Democratic congressional primary in a Minneapolis area district so reliably liberal that her victory is likely her ticket to Congress. Mark Van Cleef, Star-Tribune via AP. Larry Dunham, of Northeast Minneapolis, seeks the attention of motorists at Central and University to show support for gubernatorial candidate Aaron Murphy and CD5 congressional candidate Ilhan Omar during rush hour in Minneapolis, Tuesday, August 14, 2018. It's Minnesota's busiest primary in recent memory, with races for governor, both Senate seats and 3 contested congressional races. Aaron Levinsky, Star-Tribune via AP. Vermont Democratic gubernatorial candidate Christine Hallquist, a transgender woman and former electric company executive, applauds with her supporters during her election night party in Burlington, Vermont, Tuesday, August 14, 2018. AP photo. Charles Krupa, Vermont Democratic gubernatorial candidate Christine Hallquist, Center, a transgender woman and former utility executive, is greeted by her supporters during her election night party in Burlington, Vermont, Tuesday, August 14, 2018. AP photo. Charles Krupa, Vermont Democratic gubernatorial candidate Christine Hallquist, Center, a transgender woman and former electric company executive, is greeted by supporters during her election night party in Burlington, Vermont, Tuesday, August 14, 2018. AP photo. Charles Krupa, Vermont Democratic gubernatorial candidate Christine Hallquist, Center, a transgender woman and former electric company executive, embraces supporters after claiming victory during her election night party in Burlington, Vermont, Tuesday, August 14, 2018. AP photo. Charles Krupa, Vermont Democratic gubernatorial candidate Ethan Sonneborn, who is a 14-year-old student, talks with supporters at his election night party in Winooski, Vermont, Tuesday, August 14, 2018. Sonneborn has taken advantage of a quirk in state law that doesn't require gubernatorial candidates to be registered voters. AP photo. Charles Krupa, Vermont Democratic gubernatorial candidate Ethan Sonneborn, who is a 14-year-old student, smiles as greets supporters at his election night party in Winooski, Vermont, Tuesday, August 14, 2018. Sonneborn has taken advantage of a quirk in state law that doesn't require gubernatorial candidates to be registered voters. AP photo. Charles Krupa, Wisconsin Democratic gubernatorial candidate Kelda Roys registers her vote in the state's primary election during a visit to Thoreau Elementary School in Madison, Wis. with her husband, Dan Reed, and their children, Evelyn, Left, and Arcadia, Tuesday, August 14, 2018. AP photo. John Hart, Wisconsin State Journal. Marcy Gloss holds her 1-year-old son, Frederick, as she casts her vote during Wisconsin's primary election Tuesday, August 14, 2018 in Roxbury, Wis. Democrats are fighting to beat back Republican gains across the Midwest as the 2018 primary season roars through Wisconsin and Minnesota, two states where President Donald Trump's appeal among working-class voters threatens to upend decades-long political trends this fall and beyond. John Hart, Wisconsin State Journal via AP, Susan Walsh, Associated Press Archives. In this February 23, 2017 file photo, Wisconsin Gov. Scott Walker speaks at the Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC, in Oxon Hill, MD. Walker won the Republican primary in Wisconsin on Tuesday, August 14, 2018, dispensing nominal opposition as he mounts bid for a third term. Mark Bancliffe, Star Tribune Minnesota Rep. Ilhan Omar, Center, celebrates with her children after her congressional 5th District primary victory, Tuesday, August 14, 2018, in Minneapolis. Next show caption: Mark Bancliffe, Star Tribune. One of 13 Minnesota Rep. Ilhan Omar, Center, celebrates with her children after her congressional 5th District primary victory, Tuesday, August 14, 2018, in Minneapolis. Expand by Steve Peoples and Scott Bauer, Madison, Wisconsin. AP, Democrats embraced diversity and a new night of firsts while Republicans rejected a face of the GOP's old guard on Tuesday as the turbulent 2018 primary season lurched toward its finale. In Vermont, Democrats rallied behind the nation's first transgender nominee for governor. Minnesota Democrats backed a woman who could become the first Somali-American member of Congress. And in Connecticut, the party nominated a congressional candidate who could become the first African-American to represent a New England state in Washington. Ad choice advertising and Red invented by Tees. Start your day with the news you need from the Bay Area and beyond. Sign up for our Morning Report weekday newsletter. On the other side, Donald Trump tightened his grip on the modern-day Republican Party. The president's pick for Kansas Governor, Secretary of State Chris Kobach, scored a delayed victory against Jeff Collier, who became the first incumbent governor to be defeated this season. Elsewhere in the Midwest, Republican County Commissioner Jeff Johnson defeated former Minnesota Gov. Tim Hollandy, who once called Trump unhinged and unfit and was hoping to regain his old post. In Wisconsin, Gov. Scott Walker won the right to seek a third term. In all, 4 states hosted primary elections Tuesday as the primary season neared its final chapter. All but 10 states will have picked their candidates for November's general election by the time the day's votes are counted. While the full political battlefield isn't quite set, the stakes are clear. Democrats are working to topple Republican control of Congress and governors' offices across the nation. Vermont Democrat Christine Hallquist won the party's nomination in her quest to become the nation's first transgender governor. The former chief executive of Vermont Electric Cooperative bested a field of 4 Democrats that included a 14-year-old. Hallquist will face a tough fight in November. Republican incumbent Phil Scott remains more popular with Democrats than members of his own party in the solidly liberal state. Vermont Democrats also nominated Senator Bernie Sanders, who hasn't ruled out a second presidential run in 2020, for a third term in the Senate. The 76-year-old Democratic Socialist won the Democratic nomination, but he is expected to turn it down and run as an independent. Wisconsin Democrats appeared particularly motivated in Wisconsin, where state schools chief Tony Evers defeated 7 other candidates for the chance to take on Walker, a 2-term incumbent who has warned his party about the prospect of Democratic gains. Evers was the only one of the 8 candidates to have won elections statewide before and now faces his biggest challenge against Walker. Walker has built up a big financial advantage for his re-election bid. He's already run more than a dozen television ads touting his record of the past 8 years. The 66-year-old Evers has been the state's education chief since 2009 and has clashed with Walker in the past on mostly education issues. Walker's campaign and Republicans criticized Evers for not revoking the license of a teacher who was caught viewing pornographic emails on his school computer. Once a target of Trump criticism, Walker gained the president's endorsement in a tweet Monday night calling him a tremendous governor who has done incredible things for that great state. But Trump's persistent attacks on Wisconsin-based motorcycle maker Harley-Davidson put Republican candidates on their heels in recent days, Walker among them. "There's a lot of disgust at what's going on at the top level moving down," said Madison voter Connor McGuire, 49, who described himself as a frustrated Republican but voted for Democrat Evers. Initially a Walker supporter, McGuire said he's disgusted by Walker's embrace of Trump. Walker said Monday he opposed the Harley boycott. His Democratic opponents embraced the fight by attacking Wisconsin workers to cover for failed economic policy. President Trump took a page right out of Scott Walker's playbook, said Malin Mitchell, one of the candidates and the head of the state firefighters union. Trump also stars, informally at least, in Wisconsin's Senate primaries as Republicans try to deny Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin a second term. Wisconsin State Senator Leah Vukmir beat Kevin Nicholson in Tuesday's primary and now advances to face Baldwin. Vukmir won the endorsement of the Wisconsin Republican Party and the backing of most prominent GOP office holders, including House Speaker Paul Ryan. She ran as the proven conservative in the race, pointing to her long voting record in support of Republican priorities. Both she and Nicholson ran as strong supporters of President Donald Trump. Tuesday's primary served as a test of Democratic enthusiasm in the upper Midwest, a region that has long been associated with liberal politics but has been trending red. Trump won Wisconsin by less than 1 percentage point in 2016, becoming the first Republican presidential candidate to carry the state since 1984. Randy Bryce, a union iron worker known as Iron Stash, has won the Democratic primary in the race to replace Ryan. Bryce defeated Janesville schoolteacher Kathy Myers in Tuesday's primary. Former Ryan aide Brian Steele was the Republican frontrunner, facing token opposition in the primary. Bryce captured national attention with a slick announcement video last year, before Ryan announced his retirement. He's raised more than $6 million, 6 times what Myers brought in. He won endorsements from Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and labor activist Dolores Huerta. Democrats are optimistic for their chances to pick up the southeast Wisconsin district that Ryan has represented for 20 years. But opponents argue that Bryce's past, which includes failing to pay child support and a 20-year-old drunken driving arrest, makes him unreliable and unelectable. Minnesota. It was much the same in Minnesota, where Trump lost by less than 3 percentage points in a state that hasn't backed a Republican presidential contender since 1972. Minnesota voters picked candidates in competitive races for governor, the Senate and the House. Democratic Sen. Amy Klobuchar won her party's nomination as expected. But a down-ballot race for state attorney general threatened to overshadow them all. Rep. Keith Ellison, the Democratic National Committee's deputy chairman and the first Muslim elected to Congress, captured his party's nomination in the race to become the state's top law enforcement official. Ellison's candidacy had been rocked by allegations over the weekend of domestic violence amid a broader national outcry against sexual misconduct by powerful men in business, entertainment and politics. Ellison has denied a former girlfriend's allegations that he dragged her off a bed while screaming obscenities during a 2016 relationship she said was plagued by narcissistic abuse. Ellison decided to give up his safe Minneapolis area seat to try for attorney general when incumbent Lori Swanson ran for governor. He said it was a chance to make a difference in pushing back against some of President Donald Trump's policies that he says are hurting people. Feelings about misconduct are still fresh in Minnesota, where Democratic Sen. Al Franken resigned in December after multiple allegations of unwanted sexual touching. His replacement, Democratic Sen. Tina Smith, won the primary to finish the final 2 years of Franken's term. She defeated several Democrats to clinch the party's nomination, including Richard Painter, the former GOP ethics attorney whose profile rose as a strident critic of President Donald Trump. Somali-American legislator Ilhan Omar neared another first Tuesday by winning a Democratic congressional primary in a Minneapolis area district so reliably liberal that her victory is likely her ticket to Congress. Omar, who drew national attention just 2 years ago by becoming the first Somali-American elected to a state legislature, led a field that included former State House Speaker Margaret Anderson Kelleher. "Tonight we are celebrating because we engaged and empowered our community and we won," Omar said in a statement. "Our campaign staff, our volunteers, and the people of the 5th Congressional District are the inspiration. We need to get up every day and fight for a democracy that guarantees a more just and equitable society." Palandy, a former 2-term governor, may be the biggest name on Minnesota's ballot. He's the leading Republican candidate in the high-profile race to replace outgoing Democratic Governor Mark Dayton. Having lost his own short-lived bid for president in 2012, Palandy spent much of the past 6 years as a corporate lobbyist. Like Republican candidates elsewhere, Palandy has struggled to live down his blistering critique of Trump in the weeks leading up to the 2016 election. At the time, he called Trump unhinged and unfit for the presidency. Palandy has since said he voted for Trump and supports his agenda. Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy is advancing to the November election after sailing through the primaries without facing a challenger from his Democratic Party. The first-term senator from Connecticut will face the winner of a 2-man Republican primary featuring small business owner Matthew Corey and Apple computer executive Dominic Rapini. Polls in the state closed at 8 p.m. Minnesota, Vermont and Wisconsin are also holding primaries Tuesday. Murphy's campaign has raised about $13.5 million, an amount that far exceeds the fundraising of each of his GOP rivals. 80 Quality Auto 360p 720p 1080p. You might also like Singapore. It's time to meet the all-news Samsung Galaxy Note 9 15 arrested after raids on massage. Straits Times April 17, 2019 will be a referendum on Straits Times homebrewing with SolidWorks. At SolidWorks, are you ignoring the warning signs of Health Promotion Board? Take advantage of this. Adventure Resorts World Sentosa Omarosa releases another recording. MercuryNews.com body found stuck in California grocery. MercuryNews.com why Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner's. MercuryNews.com Sanders can't guarantee Trump N-word tape doesn't exist. Police look into video of man spanking hippo at California Zoo. Flash of the cheese tarts. Straits Times magic air cooler takes Singapore by storm. The idea is genius. HandyTechGadgets.com the unusual link between eggs and diabetes. HealthierPatriot.com Will Smith and Jada Smith say they have outgrown the idea of being a married couple. Trump blames Kasich for a close primary in Ohio air conditioning now finally affordable in Singapore thanks to air-cool-24. Najib denies he called National Security Council meeting to declare. Straits Times this is the last VPN you are going to need, and it's on sale. Enjoy compare, why couldn't it be her mother? Meghan Markle's Prince Charles choice sparks debate. Robber hits Oakland bank branch.